Rude Nation, welcome back. It's another day in quarantine paradise. We're doing a virtual recording, so bear with us. But we are hyped. Not a good way to start 2021, but we are still hyped for the rest of the year. It's your RudeBoyz, and we're on the hype train for 2021. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
And this is the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus. This is our annual hype episode. Last time on the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus hype episode for 2020, it was a train wreck. And a lot of those things off of that list will pop up on this list. That's just how it goes. So it's not a repeat. This is a brand new episode, brand spanking new episode of the Rudecast. So just fucking deal with it. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm still so upset because I put my heart and soul into last hype episode.
You did, and maybe that's what got us wrong. Maybe because you took the wheel and hit the gas, and then we do it right off the cliff. It might have been what happened.
I actually cared.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, we got that's pretty much the bulk of the episode, but we still got some news. We got some what you've been up to's, and we got some Corona Mania, unfortunately, brothers.
Yeah,
so let's get the hype train a-rolling. And right now we're in Who's in Your Mouth station. So Tommy, let me show me your ticket and who's in your mouth. Let me punch that bad boy.
Belle V lemon lime sparkling water. It's a fresh open.
What is this, store brand? What is this? Tommy, you're Tommy Cash. You can't get the premium shit.
Look, I'm Tommy Cash, but I'm Tommy Cash because I'm thrifty.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I have a delicious Irish cream cold brew coffee, which I'm holding up to the camera, and it's an audio medium. So this is good from Starbucks.
You enjoy the Irish and the cream in your mouth.
Yeah, I do.
I
order it.
Give it a thud clink.
Let's give it a thud. I'm gonna put it against the mic. You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I might have just hung up on you.
Nope, no, you're still there.
Cool.
We'll get better at that, Rude Nation. I apologize. Sorry,
we're not gonna have to because it's only gonna be a couple, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. So
like this bullshit.
How about we move right into Blitzkrieg Junction, Blitzkrieg news? How about that?
Are you just doing transportation all episode?
Yeah, it's a hype train, baby. We're on the hype train. If I had a train whistle, I'd whistle it.
Starting off in games, as we always do.
Yes.
Nintendo buys Next Level Games.
This is
memory. Who are Next Level Games again?
Yes, Tommy. So Next Level Games made two games that you're quite fond of: Luigi's Mansion 2 and Luigi's Mansion 3.
Okay.
Yes. They're also responsible for the Super Mario Strikers series. That's the soccer Mario game for the GameCube and the Wii. Punch Out on the Wii.
Okay.
And also the much maligned Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is a decent game. It's just not for it could have been. It's not what anybody wanted.
Yeah.
The pedigree behind Next Level Game, though, you cannot question it. And Nintendo doesn't go buying studios very often. Obviously, the more famous is when they had a partnership with Rareware back in the 90s, but they did not buy that studio. Hence, then Microsoft kind of scooped it up.
Yep.
But other things of that note is, Retro Studios out in Texas, who did the Metroid Prime series and Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, and Monolith Soft, whatever. The dudes who made Xenoblade, and obviously all these studios just kind of help out with their, Mario Karts or Smash Brothers or Zeldas or this and that. So, it's great synergy. Next Level Games, coming off of Luigi's Mansion 3, I loved. I say, fuck Universal. Just have Next Level pump out a whole bunch of little mini cartoons with the Mario characters. Because Luigi's Mansion had some great cutscenes.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Well, like both games.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't play the first Luigi's Mansion.
That wasn't next level. I don't know if they did the port for 3DS, but the GameCube, the core game is Nintendo in-house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
But it obviously Luigi's Mansion, great series. Dark Moon and 3 were fantastic. So yeah, that's cool. It's like a good reward for being, doing that stuff like that. And like I said, Nintendo doesn't buy a lot of studios. Like they don't even own, they don't even own Game Freak, who does Pokemon. They don't even own HAL, who does Kirby.
Oh,
is that a dog name? What was that?
You said HAL.
HAL, HAL.
Oh.
It's one better than IBM. That's how they came up with that name. Did you know that?
No.
Well, there you go. Fun fact for today.
Hey, useless. Little BMX.
He heard the dog howl that you did.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got, Tommy?
We got Lucasfilm Games back from the dead.
Yeah. So there's this is a 3-parter. Lucasfilm Games back from the dead. So all the games that Lucasfilm's properties are based off of, mostly Star Wars, but we'll get into that, is now being rebranded under Lucasfilm Games. Nice. Lucasfilm Games was the original Lucas Arts video game branch, and then it just became Lucas Arts, and then it became nothing because then Disney shut it down. Shut it down! But now it's back to Lucasfilm Games. So, the pedigree of like Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion and stuff like that. The Dig, you know about the Dig.
Dig Dug?
No, not Dig Dug. Maybe you don't. Okay. But that's cool. And hopefully, Disney knows what the fuck they're doing. We'll see.
I don't know. We've been all right so far.
We have been all right so far. And I think, what, Jedi Fallen Order has a lot to do with that. And maybe the renewal of Battlefront 2, because people still love the shit out of that game. But I know Disney got a little cold when it came with like their Disney Infinity. They had a game division, and then once Disney Infinity kind of went to shit, they just were like, fuck it. Nope. We're just gonna license our shit out.
Yeah.
So hopefully, they're allowed to do some stuff in-house. But, Tommy,
there's a new Indiana Jones game in the works. I believe it's going to be called Uncharted 6.
Yeah. Well, there was no Uncharted 5, unless you count Lost Legacy. And nobody considers Golden Abyss a thing. So anyway. But yeah, so there's a new Indiana Jones game in the works.
Okay.
And the company behind it is it Machine Gun Games? The guys who did the new Wolfenstein. That's who's coming up with this new.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Never played it.
Okay. They were good first-person shooters.
Okay.
But there you go. A new Indiana Jones game in the works, done by a company that already knows how to kill and just really destroy a whole bunch of Nazis. So might as well just give them the Indiana Jones license.
Yeah, might as well.
And Tommy, is there another part of this news?
Yes, Star Wars games are free from EA.
So this came with a dual announcement of that, and that there's going to be a Ubisoft produced Star Wars game done by, I think it's like Massive Entertainment. They're the guys who've done like the last Division game. It's going to be open world, and I'm okay with that. I think like Ubisoft will not fuck around with this brand, especially since they've been pumping out Assassin's Creed since the early 80s or whatever. So I think this is pretty good.
By the way, just going back, it was Machine Gun Games.
Machine Gun Games. Thank you, Tommy.
I'm sorry, Machine Games, not Machine Gun Game.
See, it was like one or the other. It's like
I don't know. I see the word machine, and I usually just put the word gun.
Sure, right yeah, because you're American. I understand. I was going to say it too.
That's how I always see that word. Shut up.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, cool. Comics. We actually have comics.
We actually have comic book news, Tommy.
Yes. Nightcrawler is getting his own solo book. And
cool.
He's also getting his own team.
That's okay.
Of fellow teleporters, it looks like.
Oh boy. Okay.
So like Blink,
Right.
Pixie. So
Now, I would argue that Blink makes portals, so she does not teleport. But you know, all right, we'll agree to disagree.
It's the same. Magic is considered a teleporter as well.
And
she opens up portals.
All right, I think we're getting too far in the weeds. But this is Nightcrawler's first solo book, even at like decades of being a character.
First solo book in decades.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, cool.
He's had a few solo books, like I think there was one where he questioned his faith.
Okay.
So like it was him trying to find his faith again. And then after that book, they made him the Pope in Uncanny X-Men for a little while.
All right, like the real Pope or some mutant Pope?
No, like lived in the Vatican Pope.
Huh. Okay. That's cool.
Then,
whatever.
And then he left it because he was just like, nah, we're not doing this anymore.
Does Nightcrawler have any run-ins with Daredevil at all?
No.
Okay, because I feel like they could have some theological conversations.
I would love to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah. So is there a name for Nightcrawler's team?
As of right now, I think they're just calling the book Nightcrawler. So I don't really know what his team's going to be called. So
I guess we'll find out this year.
In April.
Oh, cool. Any other comic news in April?
Yes. Miles Morales will get his own Clone Saga in April.
I'm visually shaking his head at that phrase. I
love Miles. I really fucking do. But come on.
I'm a clone apologist, and from what I'm understanding, this new Miles Morales run, people are really digging. Obviously, people love Miles as a character ever since his introduction in Ultimate Spider-Man, that whole universe. So he's getting his own Clone Saga. It's a rite of passage, you know. Like it is what it is.
You would love Mr. Sinister then.
See, you know, you're right. I'm surprised a lot of these cloning characters like the Jackal and Mr. Sinister and the High Evolutionary don't hang out as often as they should.
Or maybe they do behind the scenes.
Maybe they do.
You don't know.
The world is way too small, you know, to just have all these characters that could just clone all these other characters.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, Mr. Sinister is just, he hangs out on Krakoa and he's more worried about if someone has a better cape than him.
Sure.
I'm serious.
I know, you mentioned it before.
Have I?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep it Blitzkrieg, Tommy. We're on the train. The train is chugging along.
All right, well, we don't have a lot of Blitzkrieg, so I'm making it stretched a little, okay?
Well, we got hype.
And movie.
Stretch this.
I'm high, okay. Deadpool is MCU bound. It will be rated R.
Yep, Kevin Feige did a little interview tour or something like that, said a whole bunch of MCU stuff, and he confirmed this. Ryan Reynolds then responded to this news saying that he actually just showed them Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah,
so that was pretty funny. Typical Ryan Reynolds jokester.
Ryan Reynolds bullshit.
Exactly.
I don't know. I would honestly, I would like to see like Blade being the first rated R MCU character.
Well, I mean, in the docket that was so far, I mean, I don't know which one is further along. But you know, they got some stuff going on, obviously.
All right.
They got some pots simmering.
Moving along, Chris Evans might be returning to MCU.
Yep. Kind of like as a supporting role. I don't think we're going to get another Captain America branded movie starring Chris Evans, but here we go. And I think this works because, like, you know, he can show up and shit. You know, maybe we'll get an Invaders movie with some flashbacks with Namor or something like that whenever he gets introduced,
or he is the one talking to Wanda.
Or he's the one talking to Wanda in WandaVision, which, Rude Nation, we did launch our RudeBoyz Reacts for WandaVision up on our YouTube page.
We have a YouTube?
Yes, Tommy, we do. All lowercase letters, bit.ly/RudeBoyz RudeTube.
Woohoo.
And check it out. We're going to be doing that with the episodes that come out. But we're going to get that. We'll talk about that in the outro. Just had to get it in there.
Ray Fisher Cyborg removed from the Flash. The Flash should just be removed.
Well, all right. We know your thoughts on speedsters and Ezra Miller.
Yeah, like, I mean, come on, like, oof. The only good speedster is a dead speedster.
Wow. So they're really not a good speedster then.
No.
Yeah. If they can't outrace death.
Well, in the DC universe, there is a guy named the Black Racer.
Okay.
Who's the speedster of death.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like the Grim Reaper for speedsters.
Okay.
And he runs around.
Where's the white speedster?
And he runs around, and the way he gets around is on skis with ski poles.
Okay, cool. That sounds fucking dumb. But hey, DC, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
So anyway, Tommy, you've been keeping up with this Ray Fisher news or whatever like that. You're the only one out of the two of us have actually seen this gentleman in a comic book movie. And that one was the original non-Hack Snydered Justice League. Yeah,
it was the homunculus of Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I don't even... Cyborg should not be on the fucking Justice League. Sorry.
Well, Cyborg's a fan favorite character, and he obviously brings that diversity to, the group. So
put him where he belongs.
Oh boy! Wow!
Wow! With the Titans. That's
why can't he be in the? Why can't he's featured prominently in the Injustice games? You know what I mean? Why can't he be in that, Tom?
Because he doesn't belong there. Put John Stewart there. We should have a Green Lantern there instead of this schmuck cyborg.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm with you with Green Lantern. But for those uninitiated, the whole Ray Fisher thing comes with a lot of problems behind the scenes, dealing with racism and stuff like that. On Joss Whedon's watch of the Justice League, he brought Ray Fisher brought that up to higher ups. They completely ignored him. He went public with everything, and he just basically got forcibly removed from Flash. Not a good look, regardless of if it's a he said, she said thing. It's just not good. You know what I mean?
No, not.
What was that?
I said no. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look, regardless. Like, I mean, I don't want to be one of those guys. I mean, I'm in the Virgin Zone underneath this Marvel banner right now that you can see on our YouTube page, bit.ly/RudeBoyz YouTube. But I don't see Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige pulling this shit. But again, not trying to be an apologist. I don't know what goes on in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just DC's just we said it on episode 68. Episode 88. The Rudies.
Right.
Just stop with the live action. You're not good.
Right.
You're not good at it. Just stop it. Just do some animated shit.
Well, Tom, they're gonna give us the Zack Snyder cut, Tom. It's gonna save the day, Tom. That edgelord man baby.
It's also gonna save movie theaters like Christopher Nolan's Tenet was supposed to, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Tenet's gonna save the day. 2020 was weird. It really changed us all.
2020 wasn't looking too good either right now.
What are you talking about? We're the hype train, baby. You can't stop. It's got to keep going. Full steam ahead.
Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
We got surprise dud.
Oh no. Let's keep it Blitzkrieg. What else we got, Tom?
Nothing in TV.
Nothing in TV. Moving on.
Nothing in wrestling.
Nothing in wrestling.
Nothing in etc.
Okay, nothing in etc.
There's a dud though.
You got a dud? Or you want to do Coronamania first?
Let's just do the dud first.
Let's do the dud. So hit us up, Tommy. Dust off the old pipes and bring us in. Tom's out of the show.
And you can edit this out if you want. Just America. You're a fucking dud. You really are just the worst. I mean, the shit that happened here, a couple of weeks ago is just, sign of the times that we were living in for 4 years. And we all know who to blame. But that's about that. And yeah, America, stop being a fucking dud. Don't end up on my list again.
There you go. A rare. What was that?
Or there'll be hell to pay.
A rare political slant coming from your boy Tommy Cash.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot off the Power Hour.
No, you don't. No.
Not your boys. Definitely not.
That should just piss me off.
Understandable.
Corona Mania.
Oh, it's back, baby. Well, I mean, it never left, but you know.
We were good. We didn't have any corona
we did because I think everyone was like, once January 1st hits, man, smooth sailing. But hey, guess what? So what do we got?
Hogwarts Legacy delayed 2022.
Yes. This was slanted to be a 2021 game. It was going to be part of our hype train. It was announced at the Game Awards last year and looked pretty cool. But they're delaying it to 2022. So there you go. The problems of developing a video game during a pandemic.
Woohoo! Work from home. I don't get it.
It's not as easy as you think, Tom.
Yeah, I know. Believe me. Especially when you have to empty machines.
There you go. Oh, you didn't say machine guns. That's good.
Yeah, you're right. I did it. Mamma mia! Super Nintendo World Japan opening delayed indefinitely.
I love it when you don't look at the notes at all until time of recording. That's good.
I looked at the notes and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do the back. I'm just gonna do that.
It was like that one time I got that whole Rick and Morty skit in. It was good. Anywho, yes. Super Nintendo World in Japan is delayed indefinitely. It was originally going to be open when the 2020 Olympics were hitting Japan, which obviously then got delayed. Then they were pushing to get it open in February. They had a whole Nintendo Direct on it. Did you see that, Tom, at all, or no? You did?
It looks pretty cool from what I saw.
It really does, yeah.
And I can't wait until grass and mulch just grows on this fucking theme park because it's never going to open.
It's going to open. There's too much riding on it. They were going to open it in February, but Japan's hitting another spike with coronavirus. So
well, that's because human society are fucking dumb.
Yeah, humans are the worst. So it delayed indefinitely. Sorry, everybody, because that means it's just going to get pushed further in Japan, pushed even further out here in North America. So
never coming out. All CW Arrowverse crossovers are canceled.
So obviously their shows are still going, but obviously to keep their cast and crew separate, in this time of pandemic, they're going to not have any crossovers. Outlaw, they did Crisis of Infinite Earths. What was it, last year, Tommy? 2 years ago, right? End of 2019?
Some shit like that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So no more synergy for now. Sorry, everybody.
It's just another fucking shit show for DC live action stuff.
Yeah, true.
WrestleMania pushed to April 10th and 11th.
Yes, so WrestleMania is going to be 2 days. It's going to be like a week or two later than it usually is. And it's going to be back in it's going to be in Tampa Bay, where it should have been last year. And there will be some sort of crowd we're hearing, some sort of crew.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, good job.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. Yeah, I think this WrestleMania and the next two WrestleMania, and then after this WrestleMania, the next two are going to be, regular WrestleManias.
Right. Yeah. So the next one I know. Yeah, make it a weekend, man. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
So the 2022 WrestleMania is going to be, I believe, in Texas, and the 2023 is going to be in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yep. Can't wait for
it should have been this year or something like that. So whatever.
Yeah.
Did you see the video that so the WWE produced a little wacky parody newscast?
Yeah.
It was a little it was a little cringy, but
yeah, Triple H and Stephanie. It's like, your mom and dad be like, hey, we're going to film something fun for the kids.
It's classic McMahon, like, hey, we don't have anyone good enough to do this. I'll just do it myself. Like Thanos at the end of Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Was it Age of Ultron?
It was Age of Ultron. I'll talk about that later. It's not on the
Ooh.
notes. I hope you're okay with that.
This show's a sham now.
The show is over. The air brakes on the hype train.
Yep, it's a sham.
Is that it for Blitzkrieg news and Corona Mania and Dud, Tommy, or has we got anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right, Tom, we're in the dinner car right now of the hype train. I got some hamburgers and fries. What do you got?
I got some ketchup.
Oh, ketchup, perfect. Let's put it together and do a RudeBoyz ketchup. Tom just had a bottle of ketchup in his hand. There you go.
Ketchup. Hey, you want some ketchup? So I in one night, because each episode is only like 21 minutes. I watched current Transformers.
Are you talking about the 2020 Rudy's winner of new TV show Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy?
Yes.
Excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
So you saw the new one, it was Earthrise or some shit like that, right?
Really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. I mean, this one, this should have just been called Transformers. Megatron's just sick of Starscream shit.
Well, yeah, the entire canon. I know we were texting back and forth when you were watching this. The whole thing is every iteration there's a Megatron and Starscream. Megatron cannot stand Starscream because Starscream always undermines Megatron. It's a tale as old as time.
One of my favorite parts in it is like Starscream's trying to like make a play for leadership of the Decepticons, and he folds his arms and he's like, what's your retort, Lord Megatron? And Megatron just blasts him in the face.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit.
And he does close back fist him at one point where he's just like,
yeah, he doesn't hold it back.
No, he doesn't. I love it. And Starscream comes back for more. Like,
because that's what he's clawing and scratching to get that power.
Yeah. I did like the whole like Galvatron thing.
Yes. So this really kind of opened my eyes. Like, I didn't really know what the series was trying to do. If it was trying to do retell G1, but in a modern sensibilities, or if it's just kind of doing its own thing.
Yeah.
How I interpreted that. So back in the 80s, the first Transformers movie that was in between seasons 2 and 3 of the G1. They had a movie which dealt with Unicron and the Quintessence, Tom, that the five-sided, five-faced thing.
Yeah, those fucking weird shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unicron, and you saw a glimpse of him, I think, in like a quick scene or quick cut in this Transformers War for Cybertron. Megatron gets killed, quote unquote, gets thrown out by Starscream. Unicron finds him, transforms him into Galvatron. Excuse me. And basically Galvatron is just an evolved form of Megatron. But Galvatron shows up in this show, and I presumed it was like a weird timey-wimey thing where like Galvatron is trying to warn Megatron of his future so then he can, take advantage of that. So like it was this weird time loop sort of situation.
Yeah.
Because Tom,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you know this, because the third chapter is going to be Beast Wars. So Beast Wars takes place within the G1 continuity.
Yeah.
What happened was, and pretty much you do see this in this new Netflix show, is that through a space bridge, the Decepticons and the Autobots land on Earth, but it's prehistoric time.
Yes.
So they land in there, they awake in the 80s, they have the shit that happens in G1, and then years later, the Maximals and the Predacons, which are the descendants of the Autobots and the Decepticons, basically do the same thing, but they go back in time again in prehistoric time, after the Ark and the Decepticon ship, the Nemesis, land. So they do their whole shit, and then they realize, oh fuck, we're on Earth. Beast Wars is fantastic. It should be streaming everywhere. So then there's this whole thing, this like sort of crossover. There's like Ravage and Optimus Prime and shit, and you know it's like a weird, like it takes place after G1, but the events unfold before G1. Yes. And that's what it looks like it's going to be, with the exception that you saw Dinobot on Earth, but
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm just curious what's going to happen. I really want to see season 3. And unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get any of the voice actors from Beast Wars, which is going to suck.
When is chapter 3 slated to come out?
I don't know. It's not on our hype train list. It's not on our stops today. Right. So hopefully we'll get an announcement, a trailer. I mean, they pumped out the first 2 seasons, or the first 2 chapters. So I'd hope this year. What was that?
Yeah, like in no time.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you been up to?
Well, we talked about this a little bit at the end of Blitzkrieg, kind of like tongue in cheek. I rewatched Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yes, we another text conversation.
Yes, excuse me. It was just something like, I think I was home. I had a couple hours, and I was like, I want to watch this. No, I want to watch this. Actually, I'll watch Avengers: Age of Ultron. And I like it a lot better than I remember. That's not to say that it's a bad movie. Like, obviously, the other 3 Avengers movies are much better. All of them kind of rotate in my top 5. The first one, I think, was incredible because it was one of those, like, oh my God, they did it moments.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, they increased upon that tenfold with Infinity War and Endgame.
Yes.
But Age of Ultron, regardless of the cast and the characters and the plot, really didn't seem like it was the same. It seemed like a sequel. It didn't really do anything too new because we've already seen these guys work together. The universe has been built, but it didn't like expand even further. And as the nation knows, I read Secret Wars, which has Ultron in it, featured prominently. So I wanted to get another taste of Ultron. And I think James Spader does a good job. Sure. I'm not really won over with how Ultron was designed in the MCU, but like you can kind of see, like, Ultron has a weird mouth, and I'm obviously doing these things with my hands, and you can't see, but you can kind of see that in his design a little bit. But it's not as obvious as like the comic. The comic makes it seem like his whole mouth is like here, like he's got no cheeks.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas like they kind of like toned that down, but you can still kind of see that, like, you know, like his mouth is a little weird. What was that?
They gave him lips.
They gave him lips. Yeah, classic like Michael Bay fucking Optimus Prime. They gave him lips. Why? I don't know. But anyway, because he's James Spader, you need to enunciate every single word.
That was a good James Spader impression.
Was it?
So,
I appreciate that. Thank you, Tom.
Out of 10 stars, I'll give you 5 out of 5.
Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. That's nice. That's very nice.
Coming from me.
That is true. Yes. But there are problems with Age of Ultron. And I know Joss Whedon. You know, we mentioned him talking about like the Justice League stuff. He got a lot of flack off of this because I think like Kevin Feige did want to kind of push more of the bigger Infinity Saga into it. Hence, like you had that weird scene where Thor's like, I have to go check out this lake. And then he leaves to go check out a lake and gets a vision of Vision and the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, which, I mean, the kicker is, because I think in that trailer, they show like the woman in the lake as well. Like,
yes,
the ball chick, and a lot of people thought that was going to be Moondragon.
Okay.
Who is a cosmic person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Who's also Drax's daughter.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, but in a weird way.
Sure, yeah, I can imagine. Not the one that Thanos killed. Or maybe it was. I don't know.
It was her consciousness got transferred into that person's body. It's a weird situation.
Right, I got you.
We'll just leave it.
Yeah. The movie does have weird moments. Absolutely. At the heart of it, though, it definitely shows Hawkeye. To the point that you think that he's going to die because, hey, they're introducing these new two characters in Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Seriously, yeah. And he took the shot in the beginning.
Yep.
So that was like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. No. They handled that pretty well. But there's issues. There's better Avengers movies out there. Ultron, I think, still should get another fair shake if they are going to do a Secret Wars, which I am definitely pushing in my brain. They should just bring them back, because like even in the comics, characters were dead, and the Beyonder just brought them back just to be like, all right, cool, they're back. Obviously, to sell toys, but comic continuity, they just brought them back to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else you been up to, Tommy?
I watched this anime. It's back from the 90s. It's called Outlaw Star. Okay. It's space cowboys, space pirates type of stuff.
Okay, cool.
The main character, he has this like special gun that shoots these like special bullets that do like different things.
Okay.
Like one of the bullets, which it's like a last resort bullet, like it's powerful, but like it sucks his life force away.
Classic anime stuff, yeah.
Yeah. They're him and his crew are trying to find this what is it you say? A MacGuffin?
Like a red herring sort of thing, like a fucking
like a cosmic cube type of thing.
Yes, got it.
So like, they're trying to find that. They're trying to figure out like their navigating system, who is like this girl who goes into a pod while like when they're flying, like why she was actually made, like, for this specific ship. So
right.
Very cool. Like I was watching it and I was just like, it used to play on Toonami.
I figured, yeah. I remember. I don't remember if Outlaw Star was on Toonami or if it was on like, I know Sci-Fi Channel had like a weird anime block a while ago.
It was definitely on Toonami because it played with
that was more likely, yeah.
Big O.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you would have that and then Big O play or vice versa. And then Trigun.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, nice.
What else have you been up to?
Well, we went to a comic book shop, like we said, I believe last episode. And I picked up a small little graphic novel called X-Men God Loves, Man Kills.
How is this? Like, this is one of those ones that like it should be in my collection, but for some reason, every time I see it at a shop, I'm like, oh look, there's like 15 other books I want to buy.
Well, yeah, it is a little how do I put this? The story is very compact. So visually, the book, the collected edition, is very small. I think it was only maybe 2 issues from what I understand. Okay. Or it was just released in graphic novel format. So what happens is it kind of takes place a little bit out of continuity. But I did read about it. They did address these events in the fucking early 2000s with in the Extreme X-Men saga or line. But long story short, Nation, if you've seen X2, X-Men United, you have a really good grasp of God Loves, Man Kills.
Yeah.
God Loves, Man Kills, though, is very visually disturbing because it definitely leans super duper heavy into the racism mutants feel every day for just being born different. And obviously that's not to say, obviously it's a parallel for, racism in America, obviously. But, because the X-Men are the main characters, this is what they feel and this is what they deal with. It deals with William Stryker, who, like in the movie, is an antagonist. However, he is less military and more religious in this. He's basically doing God's crusade to try to rid the world of mutants. And he does that with his paramilitary forces and with the inadvertent assistance, not really inadvertent, but almost like brainwashed assistance of Professor X. So again, very similar to the movie. They have this weird version of Cerebro that Professor X uses to locate all the mutants and then try to destroy them.
Right.
Very similar. Obviously, it doesn't have the same twist with Magneto being like, okay, now destroy all the humans. Like, no, Magneto is clearly on the protagonist side of this. In the same sense with Secret Wars. Like, you know, like, yes, our methodology are different, but our end goals are the same. So let's work together, at least for this common good. And it's really good. The art's a little rough, but you know, it was good. It was a quick read. It was quick read. It was very heavy subject matter because it deals with a lot of stuff. Kitty Pryde featured heavily in it. She was known as Ariel.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was not feeling that.
Was she running around in like with roller skates on?
I don't recall.
Yeah, there was a point she was running around with like roller skates and a mask and striped stockings, and
she looked like a clown. Face paint and all.
Yeah, that was costume.
Yeah, it was not good. Obviously, it did not stick because you know she became Shadowcat, etc., etc.
And now she dresses like a pirate.
Yes.
Yeah, William Stryker is a bad man. Like
a bad man. Yes,
he really fucking is. He actually had the Purifiers blow up a bus of depowered mutants.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
After Monday, and it was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's not a good boy.
No, he's also heavily involved with Messiah Complex.
Okay.
Yeah, very heavy.
Sure.
Into that. So,
and we were talking about this with Trading the Backs with Mutant Massacre when I read it. That is a huge part of the X-Men mythos, is the discrimination that they feel or that they experience. And obviously this is back, you know, this was Stan Lee. That was his original plan this whole time, which basically makes God Loves Man Kills. It's very pivotal and also very essential for non-readers or for non-fans, because it gives you basically an absolute rundown of what X-Men are all about.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a fucking it's heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, I have been reading. I didn't put it out there. I've been reading Young Avengers. I finished book 1.
Okay, cool.
And on book 2. You know, book 2 is just them really like dealing with, you know, Captain America not happy that these kids are running around as heroes. And he pretty much told them, he's like, look, I'm going to shut you guys down. I'll go to your parents if I have to.
I'm going to tell your daddy.
That's pretty much what they're doing. Like,
what Captain America turned out to be such a narc.
Well, he does, you know, after, you know, losing Bucky, you know, he's like, I don't want kids fighting.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. Like you said, a little bit of, he's a little bit of a narc. A little bit. But no, I think I read the first 3 volumes a while back. So
okay.
Always fun. Like,
good.
I don't know. And this is where Kate Bishop comes from, who's very heavy in the Hawkeye comic book series. That's I like her, and she's such a snarky little girl in that with Hawkeye. Like when she's teaming with Hawkeye.
Sure.
She's so snarky, which is just
well, no, yeah, they kind of made Hawkeye a little, added some snark to him too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of always was a little bit of a fucking, not a wisecracker, but just like you know, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, he just kind of like me. I fucking mumble to myself, fucking just say like comments and shit.
You?
Yeah, me.
No.
That's it.
You silly bastard. You don't do that.
No.
Going back to what you were saying, her Ariel, yeah.
Oh,
It
you're
was
looking her up right now?
Yeah, Sprite was the costume with the roller skates and
Okay,
the
cool.
costumes. Yeah.
I can sleep at night. Hey, there you go. Hey, we were just talking about this. I just say fucking bullshit like that.
What a dick.
I'm a rude boy.
What else have you been up to?
I 100%ed Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. It was
Cool.
nominated for our Rudy's video game of 2020. I really did dig this. So I loved Hyrule Warriors. I talked about it up and down with the Rudies, but I 100%ed it, and I was a big fan of the series, big fan of those Muso games, and it was a lot of fun. The last battle was definitely, it was challenging. It wasn't tough because I was like leveled up insane. I actually leveled up to 100 in that mission, which like refilled my health right before the final battle. So it was like, oh, beautiful. Like it was perfect because I was not doing very well. They didn't have healing items in that last battle. But really cool. Breath of the Wild, Tommy, I know you dabbled into very slightly. Is a great open world game. It's not my favorite Zelda game. You miss a lot of the trappings, like with the items and the dungeons and stuff like that. Still a good game. Age of Calamity. You're not going to play any of these games, right, Tom? I can kind of. What was that? No, I don't know what that was.
It's like you with the game series that I'm playing.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. So Age of Calamity kind of introduces like a weird like time paradox sort of thing, because the premise of it is that the game takes place during the 100 years where Hyrule fell, with Calamity Ganon coming back and basically killing everybody. So what was that?
Damn Calamity Ganon.
Damn it, Calamity Ganon. But at the end of Breath of the Wild, this game introduces another character that goes back into time to warn those characters. So now it introduces a new timeline. I'm very confused. I don't really know. It's a Zelda game, so timeline, just throw that out the fucking window. But like, I'm curious if they kind of branch off of this, especially if this is kind of like a pseudo sequel to that game, not unlike Breath of the Wild 2, which we might be talking about later.
Oh
yeah. But I really dug it, and I'm happy to have actually 100%ed it, because it makes me feel good about myself and productive in this time of crisis that I'm in right now.
Crisis.
Yes. So while I finish one game, Tom, how many games do you have going concurrently, and how many of them start with Final Fantasy?
All of them.
Yes.
Let's see. I finished the main story in Final Fantasy 14.
Like the DLC, right?
No, well, of the main game.
Okay.
I haven't even started any of the DLC, because when you're done with the main game, you have a bunch of other side shits you got to do before you can get to the main game. The second story.
Gotcha.
Heaven's Sword, I believe it's called. Could be wrong. But anyway, so just the more Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've made some pretty good headway in it. Up to this part where the party is Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith. And like, Tifa and Aerith, they're being all like buddy, and Cloud's just like, I don't like this at all. It's like, you have like your current girl and your ex-girl, and they're friends, and it's just like, no, this is not cool for me. This doesn't bode well for me at all. Very cool. Past this giant ass monster in the sewer that sprayed me with water and then killed me.
Sure. So, like they do.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Final Fantasy VIII. I'm in these other people's bodies right now. We're not in our own bodies. So Final Fantasy VIII's a weird one. Yeah, I know. Final Fantasy VIII's a little weird, but I like it mainly because of the Gunblade. The Gunblade really makes that fucking game.
Right.
10. I got, I'm gonna delve back into 10, and probably after recording.
Okay.
Yeah. I will finish all these games this year.
All right.
Minus 14 because 14 is just an ongoing.
Yeah, that I get. Yeah, sure.
So I can't say that's gonna be finished, but and then who the fuck knows? I might just get Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, you might. Or 9. I know you never felt 9, right?
Yeah, who knows?
Okay. Who knows at this point? Exactly.
I started Final Fantasy 15.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Final Fantasy 15. Yep.
That one's a little weird because you start like right off the bat with like the 4 main characters.
Right.
You're driving, your car breaks down, and you got to push your car to a service station where you meet a Sid.
Right.
And you meet his granddaughter, Cindy. So it's just like, okay, I see what you guys are fucking doing. Yeah, it's just such a fun little world. And it's just sometimes they will interact with each other. Like, sometimes like you'll go into a shop and like you'll see like a Buster sword hanging.
Okay.
Or you'll see a gun blade hanging. So 15 I can't give you too much info on because I just started it. So.
Right.
But it's 4 friends traveling to go get the other friend married and to try to bring peace to the kingdom. So,
okay. So the Hangover movies.
You know what? It's kind of yeah.
All right. But there you go.
It's fun because like you have to work with like them.
Gotcha.
Like, so this way it's like you can teleport and then that guy can shoot and then that guy can throw his dagger and that guy can like throw his sword.
It seemed very like frenetic, very, very fast paced. I know like the clips I've seen and shit.
Yeah, but it's not over. It's not. I don't feel overwhelmed.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Like I feel comfortably whelmed right now.
Like you could do cool shit without having to like read a fucking 60-page manual.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Since I was smart and I did the tutorial before I went into the main game.
Okay. And the tutorial wasn't like absolute bullshit. Like it was obviously it was enough.
You had to like, because the main character has this one move where he can like throw his sword and then he teleports and he can stab someone in the back.
Gotcha.
Or he could throw his sword to like a rafter and hang there and then drop down. So, and this like the weapon and magic system is actually pretty good. So
okay, cool.
So yeah.
And you got what? I'm assuming on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it for like $15. The Royal Edition, which I think is like the complete edition.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yep. More
All right, cool. So to recap, Final Fantasy 7 remake. 8 remastered. 10 remastered.
Yes.
14.
Yep.
And 15 now.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, I'm going to recap it every single time, and hopefully some of those numbers will get chopped off, whether that is because you finished the game or whatever, or you're done with the game, if you know what I mean.
If
hopefully that list doesn't grow. Oh boy.
If I do drop any of them, it would probably be 8 right now.
Okay.
Like I said, the designs of the characters and the character Squall, he's such a sullen prick. I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Right.
Take a puff of weed and just chill. Not everything has
there
to
you
suck.
go, man. Shit.
Christ, man. So,
all right.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's what you've been up to, Tommy, and that's what I've been up to. And it looks like we're about to pull in to Station 2021.
Don't suck.
All right, Tommy. So I got a list of stuff here. And Nation, this is all stuff that I think your boys can speak to mostly. This is not obviously a complete list. And if our last hype episode is any indication, all of these dates are subject to change. So, you know, this is Bit Nation. This is what I want you to do. I want you to download this episode to a USB drive. I want you to bury it into a time capsule and come back to us in 2022 and let's see what happens.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And do that maybe like 6, 7, 8 times, and that'll get our numbers up. Also, subscribe to our YouTube and like us on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But that's the outro. We're not there yet. That's the caboose of the show.
This whole show is a caboose.
There it is. So I got the list right up here, Tommy. We're going to start it off in games, just like Blitzkrieg News. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Collected Edition. Nation, first off, you're welcome. We did this when we did our Scott Pilgrim episode. We basically revitalized the industry, the in the interest in the series. It just so happened to also be the 10th anniversary, but whatever.
Nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it at all. It's all ya boys. But this did come out already. It came out on the 14th for modern consoles. And Nation, if you are interested in a physical edition, because this game was delisted 6 years ago, go to Limited Run Games. They have some fucking sick editions, a lot of fucking swag for Scott Pilgrim, the game. Check it out. But Tom, I know you didn't play the collected edition yet. I put some time into the first level. It's a great beat 'em up. It's definitely something co-op friendly.
Yeah.
And
when the system doesn't freeze.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because we did have some issues with the 360 after I dusted it off. Oh, hey, fun story. Yesterday, my Xbox 360 was on for an undisclosed amount of time. I don't know why. So I have to basically unplug them constantly. I don't know what happened.
Did it red ring?
No, it was on. I was going through my inputs and I'm like, why is my 360 on? And I'm like, oh no.
Was it the 360 that it froze on or the Xbox One?
The 360. Oh, we played something on the Xbox One. I don't remember what.
Played Scott Pilgrim.
It's not available on the Xbox One, Tom. It got delisted.
All right, you're yelling at me, and I don't like it.
Well, yelling begets yelling. So you don't yell at me. Treat me with respect. I'll treat you with respect.
Yell at you.
You yelled at me. Moving on. Tommy, this little game called Cyber Shadow comes out on the 26th of January. Have you seen anything about this or no?
No.
Okay. It's put out, not developed, but it's put out by Yacht Club Games. They're the guys who did Shovel Knight and all the DLCs and whatnot. And it's a action-based platformer with a robot ninja. Yeah, definitely check it out, Tommy. This might be something you'd be interested in. And maybe it'll recapture some of that retro Shovel Knight stuff. What was that?
Is it a Metrovania?
I don't think so. I think it's level-based, like Mega Man or something like that. I think. It looks very nice.
Okay, cool.
I said that about The Messenger, and I hated The Messenger, so what are you going to do? Can't all be winners. Was it The Messenger? Or was it? It was The Messenger, yeah.
But they could all be duds.
They could all be duds. Moving into February 12th, we got Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. We got a new trailer last week as per recording. Yes. And it is the Wii U game of Super Mario 3D World, which we played, right, Tommy?
Yes. Can we just talk about in the trailer, though, that, Mario's in a cat suit and there's a bunch of cats just rubbing against Mario?
Yeah, that looked a little odd.
Weird.
Yeah, that looked a little odd.
Did you say Mario is a cat magnet?
Cat magnet? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. You could have just said it. We're the RudeBoyz, but I know what you're saying. Yes. So Super Mario 3D World was a very underappreciated Mario 3D game because it came out on a very underappreciated and underbought Nintendo console, the Wii U.
Yeah.
But it's coming out again in February. In addition, it's going to have this whole Bowser's Fury side mission, which seems to be like this weird open world Super Mario Odyssey based thing. You got Bowser Jr. kind of helping out. You have what the internet dubbed as God Slayer Bowser. It's like this weird, like Godzilla Bowser hybrid. It looks fucking dope.
It's like he looks like a goddamn well, he is a monster.
He is a monster, but he is a fucking monster in this. So I can't wait. That's coming out in about a month's time. Retromania Wrestling is finally penciled in. Tommy's raising his hands in victory. Finally penciled in February 26th. Tommy, tell us about Retromania Wrestling.
It is a not really a sequel to WrestleFest that was out in the arcades back in like the late 80s, early 90s. It's sprite based, I guess, right?
I believe so, yes.
Kind of Fire Pro, I would say.
Fire Pro is very simulation. No, well, I mean the later WWE games are very simulation heavy. I think this is more quick arcade. You know, pick a character, go, do some shit, rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Finally, I'm stoked for this game, especially with like who they're like, the roster that it starts off
right.
with. It's
right.
pretty cool. So
it's happening.
Finally, right?
We've been talking about it had to have been a year, and that wasn't even part of our 2020 hype. It was just it's been in development for a while.
Yeah. I think because they really want to they wanted to make this game close to perfect as they could.
Sure, yeah, exactly. There's a lot riding on it.
Yeah, I will definitely be getting a physical of it.
Okay.
I don't know if they're releasing. I'm sure they're releasing a physical.
That seems to be the thing nowadays. If not at the same time as launch, maybe a little later, but.
Yeah. And then allegedly, I mean, since we're talking wrestling games, allegedly, I thought I heard that there's an AEW game coming out possibly this year.
I don't know about this year, but we talked about that in an earlier Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
But I know AEW's got their hands in the mix of different, like they got some mobile games coming up, but nothing was penciled in for this year. And if it is, we missed it. And I don't know what to tell you, Nation. I apologize.
We'll be surprised.
We'll be pleasantly surprised. Exactly. I was pleasantly surprised, Tommy, last week when I saw with my very own eyes a new trailer and a release date for new Pokemon Snap. And that date is April 30th. So it was scant 8 days after my birthday. Very exciting. Pokemon Snap is a N64 game that was basically just you're on rails taking pictures of Pokemon. And a lot of the charm came with it because it was one of the first big spin-off games that franchise received. And it kind of led in a little more into the anime where like you're seeing Pokemon just do shit, because you didn't see that back on the Game Boy. Right. And then this looks like to do pretty much more of the same, which is pretty cool. Coming out on the Switch on the 30th, like I said.
So I mean,
Tom's already drifting into sleep.
Huh? No, I'm not.
Okay.
You would know if I am.
The phone camera would drop. Like,
I do that when we're face to face.
Hey-o.
So your fiance and I are gonna have to fight to see who gets that for your birthday. Is what you're saying?
Or I'll just buy it myself because I'm a stubborn prick.
How do you just stop that bullshit? You make shopping very hard. Yeah, fuck.
Well, I tell you this, Tommy. There's a game coming out in the spring that I am kind of curious about. It looks like it's a return to form and then bigger and better. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. So this is going to be, I know Tom's getting PTSD flashbacks to Lego Avengers, Lego Marvel Superheroes, I'm sorry. But Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga is dealing with the 9 Skywalker Saga movies, ton of characters, ton of planets.
Why? Why is this necessary?
Because people love Lego Star Wars games.
I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking about?
Why does that have to deal with the fucking Skywalker bullshit?
Because that's the big that Tom, out of all the Star Wars medias, that's like the most consistent thing.
We ended
the prequel saga, the original trilogy, and the sequel trilogy.
We ended the 40-year bullshit.
Well, it's still back, baby. It's never going away. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Until you start getting some High Republic content, this is what you got so far.
Very
sorry.
True. Fair play.
But that's penciled for the spring. We weren't given a release date. I believe it was supposed to be December of last year, but 2020 strikes again.
Uh-huh.
And the last game that we have listed for an actual date is June 22nd, Back for Blood. This is the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead.
Yes. Did you ever play the Left 4 Dead games?
I did. I never really played them online because I am not a big online player. But
really?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Is this going to be? Are they going to give us a couch co-op option?
I do not know. I know nothing about this, but it is interesting. It's on our radar, maybe on the edge, but it's there.
It hasn't fully hit the Doppler yet.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking, I don't know, the wand or whatever. The boop. Yeah, it's there.
Just let me hit the Doppler. Oh, okay.
I don't know what that was. Oh God. Oh, we got to keep on moving. Everything else on this list is still tentatively penciled in for 2021. We're not too sure. There's no final release date or anything like that. So we'll just kind of speed through these hits. No More Heroes 3. This was, I think, supposedly penciled in for 2020. Got delayed. No release date, but possibly 2021. This is going to be kind of a return to form for the No More Heroes games, which are out on the eShop right now for the Nintendo Switch. So check them out for the nation. There is rumblings. It's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. And there's rumblings that we're going to get a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake on the Nintendo Switch. What was that?
So this is Pokemon Diamond Necklace and Pokemon Pearl Necklace remake.
Man, you're just on a gross roll today, aren't you, Tom? Yes, it is. Bayonetta 3, we don't really know anything about. We know the game is in production, and maybe it'll come out this year. Nobody knows. Metroid Prime 4 is a game nobody knows about. It's in production, might be coming out this year. Breath of the Wild 2 is a game no one knows about. We know it's in production. It might be coming out this year. Metroid and Zelda are all getting anniversaries, so it would be good to at least drum up some sort of hype. Maybe release some older games or pop out these new ones. I'll tell you. Tommy, what are your thoughts on those three hitters right there? Bayonetta, Metroid Prime, and Breath of the Wild.
Never played any of the Bayonettas.
Excellent. Good start. It's fun. You like Devil May Cry, so.
I played Metroid and Super Metroid.
All right. Any of the Prime games?
I played Metroid and Super Metroid. I played Prime Pinball.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. You did. And we know your thoughts on
3D Zeldas.
Yes.
Adequate.
All right. God of War 2 Ragnarok. I think this was announced. Sony had a state of play last year. It's penciled in for 2021. Who knows if that's going to be the case? But it will presumably hit PlayStation 5. I don't know if they're going to do a dual release for PlayStation 4.
I didn't even finish the one that came out for PS4.
Yeah. So we'll see if anything happens with that. Resident Evil 8 Village. First off, on the 21st of this month, there's going to be a big reveal for this game. In addition to some more Resident Evil news that may be pumping out, maybe a Resident Evil 4 remake. So we're going to see what's going on with that. But Resident Evil 8 Village is going to be another first-person perspective game in the same vein as 7. Tom rolls his eyes. Tom, there's games for you that are third person.
Okay. Hashtag Resident Evil.
And we're going to finish up the game list with Gotham Knights. So this was announced with DC Fandom, I believe, last year. This is the one that's done by WB Games Montreal. You have to say it with the little French accent. This has nothing to do with the Arkham games. It has nothing to do with Rocksteady. But it's going to be a pseudo co-op game based in Gotham. And you have Robin and Nightwing and Red Hood and Batgirl and... you gotta do missions together. So I'm hyped for this. This looks cool. I want to see more, obviously.
Okay, I thought this was the one that was the Suicide Squad.
No, there's no release for that yet.
So all right. So we move on from games and we go to comics.
Yes, we have comic things.
Yes.
Thing.
Yeah, X-Men Legends.
Yes.
Which is where they are going to be going back and filling in the gaps of some classic X-Men stories.
Right.
I know they're going to be reintroducing Adam X. Fucking big eye roll for the nation.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty much like, I don't know. I think it's going to be something with like him, Cyclops, and Havoc.
Okay.
But the speculation that he was the third Summers brother before Vulcan Nutsack showed up.
Sure.
That's his Christian name.
Yeah, Vulcan Nutsack. Well, that's his code name. His Christian name is Gabriel Summers.
Yes. Which it shouldn't be, but that's neither here nor there. He's at Vulcan.
No.
Vulcan, I believe, is actually their half brother because the Ken had naughty time with their mother when they were captured, when the parents were captured by the Shi'ar.
So not with his mother, with another lady.
No, the Ken had naughty time with Cyclops and Havoc's mother.
Okay, let me ask a simple question. Who the fuck is the Ken?
Okay, you've seen the X-Men animated series, right? You know the Ken, the ruler of the Shi'ar Empire.
Okay, cool.
The Emcon Crystal. That's the Ken.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Why are you giving me
leader of the Shi'ar Empire? That's all you had to say. Thank you.
No, I need to give you detailed notes.
That's all you need to say. So anyway, that's cool. That's coming out in 2021.
Like, you know, some of the art, like you're going to see like them in their classic 90s costumes.
Right, yes.
Like you're going to see Havoc in, to me, the best costume. Like
the X Factor one?
Yeah, that and his Mutant X costume, I really dig. I hate the headpiece for Havoc.
Oh yeah, the headpiece is retarded.
I've always hated, like, okay, if you want to give him the headpiece, give him the head, like how he had it when in the 2000s when he was leading the Uncanny X-Men, where it was like the top was open, but like it you know, it was still like kind of like a mat, like a hood, but the top was open.
Right.
Like, don't give me these three white lines and the fucking
like the friggin' rings, like that.
Yeah, I was like, oh god,
stupid.
You look stupid, but you're you're so much cooler than your brother.
There you go.
That's what they say about me.
So that's pretty exciting, though. The X-Men Legends, you know, kind of going back and, like you said, filling in some of those gaps with the original, you know, like the back then that creative team coming back and taking another stab at some stories.
Yeah, and we're gonna see some gaps get filled.
Oh, Tommy loves watching gaps get filled. So let's move on to movies. And a lot of this stuff obviously bled in from 2020. So, you know, we got some stuff to talk about here. The Kingsman.
I'm not doing it again.
What?
I'm not doing it again.
You're not doing what again? The Kingsman?
No, I'm not doing the whole fucking I fucked us when I did it.
Oh yeah. So that's why let me do this. Kingsman, Tommy. Tommy, you like the Kingsmen, right? The first one? Okay.
And then from what I've seen parts of, like the Golden Circle, Golden Compass.
Okay, the Golden Compass. Yeah, very different movie.
Is it?
Yeah, had a polar bear or something in it.
Protecting people.
Yeah, there you go. So that comes out March 12th. Godzilla vs. Kong comes out March 26th. It's actually got bumped up from I think June or something like that.
So the asterisks mean bump up.
No, the asterisks, Tommy. So this is behind the scenes that we don't really divulge the nation. But the asterisks means something that's going to also hit HBO Max. Because this is part of Warner Brothers' push to actually put things out in theaters and also simultaneously put out HBO Max.
For a month only.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. So obviously you can see it, the day and date is what we're getting at.
Yeah, because not this Monday, but next Monday, Wonder Woman gets taken down.
Okay, cool. Probably for better.
It should have gotten taken down midway watching it on on Christmas Day.
Oh no. So yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong. These big monster movies are something that's just like, man, I would really like that. Have I seen them? No, I haven't. Because, you know, it's the same thing as like James Bond, where it's like, oh man, I really should dig these movies, and I just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is the big Godzilla versus King Kong crossover people have been clamoring for. I don't know.
Well, from what I understand, like, sorry, my computer just went wacky, so I kind of zoned out real quick.
It's all good.
Some virus scan just started. Like my.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're getting hacked. Hey, speaking of Hack Snyder, Justice League cut hit in March. We have this in movies because there will be a big 4-hour, because people want that edition of this, but it will be released in hourly editions as well.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to see this. I don't want to say the word train wreck when we're on the hype train, but I just kind of want to see this train wreck just to be like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Oh yeah, that's gonna derail 2021.
Yeah. Yes, here we go. This is not the reality I wanted.
Yeah, well, this is the reality you're getting.
Exactly. So that's coming out in March. April 2nd, No Time to Die. That is the new James Bond movie. We just talked about him.
Okay, I was wondering what that was.
I think this might be Daniel Craig's last one.
Yeah, before Tom Hardy takes over.
Tom Parker. Yeah.
I'm gonna
We don't want to get flagged by using all these Tom Hardy sound effects, so we got to move on.
So,
Tom, what's coming out April 16th in theaters and in HBO Max?
Mortal Kombat!
Yes, he did it! Dun, dun, dun! All right. We talked about this off air, Tom. Entertainment Weekly put out some stills, which hopefully means there's a trailer coming out soon. But so you saw some of the characters in costume. It looks pretty good.
Yes, it does. I'm stoked for it.
Yeah.
I really am.
How well it's going to do is questionable, but it looks good and it looks like it's handled well. It's going to be rated R. You're going to get some motherfucking gore in this shit.
Goro.
You are probably also going to get Goro, yes. That is also correct. Yes. So that's hitting theaters and HBO Max April 16th. April 23rd, A Quiet Place Part 2. Did you see Quiet Place Part 1, Tommy?
Nope.
Really? I thought you might dig it.
We go through this every time when
Do
you
we?
Hey,
it's on Tom. It's weird when I see a horror movie and you don't. Like that's why it's something that's like really surprising to me.
Hey Chris, and as for recording, tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day. I'm not off.
I'm also not at work, so hence why I was like, okay.
But you ask me every Martin Luther King Day.
I know, yeah.
No.
I know. So
yeah, I've heard mixed things.
Really?
Of A Quiet Place.
I've heard positive things.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. Tom, why don't you take my word for it? You should watch Quiet Place.
All right. Well, maybe next time we're face to face.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool. I dig that. So Quiet Place Part 2, April 23rd. Here we go, baby. May 7th. Black Widow, the often delayed, because it should have been a year prior, MCU movie, Scarlett Johansson, Florence Plow, who's the dude from Stranger Things?
Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper. Officer Hopper. Taskmaster's up in the mix. But anyway,
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it also. Yeah. I mean, again, all these movies are, let's pretend this movie is going to come out in May. All right.
I'm surprised they're not giving this the Mulan treatment.
I still think they may. So there may be a premium.
They may do it in May.
You're stretching, my man. I did ask you to stretch it, so we're stretching it. You're right.
You did. Honestly, if that's how they're going to do the MCU, I'll purchase them.
Okay. Yeah. Same. Definitely. I would have done that way before Mulan.
Yeah. I'll double dip. I'll get them that day, and then when they come out, on Blu-ray.
On DVD? Yes.
I'm a madman.
I'm a madman. Also coming out in May, really going to eat Black Widow's lunch, I'll tell you. This movie called Rumble, which is this CG monster wrestling thing. I think Ben Schwartz is going to be a voice. Will Arnett's going to be a voice. It's also going to have Roman Reigns as a voice. Yeah. You know what's funny? I was going to watch the trailer for this while I was putting this list together. It didn't give me any sound. So I was like, okay, cool. I guess I'm not watching this. Really kind of indicative of what I'm going to be seeing in May. Also not going to be seeing it. Sorry, but hey, monsters, wrestling, two great tastes. You know.
Yeah, I'll catch it when it's on FX.
Exactly. Whoops. In the following week, Free Guy. This is that Ryan Reynolds movie. He's a video game NPC that basically just, you know what? I'm not gonna be a non-playable character anymore. I'm gonna do this. Basically, like in a GTA online game, Fortnite. You know, you're gonna get those jokes. You know, you're gonna get someone flossing or whatever.
Oh boy,
Not with their teeth. The dance.
It's gonna be the Lego Movie all over, or Wreck-It Ralph breaks.
Second one, yeah. Or Pixels.
Didn't see Pixels.
Did not see Pixels either, even though it had apparently a pretty good Duck Hunt reference. So
I did it.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Duck Hunt. But anyway, that's Free Guy. That's not Duck Hunt. This is Free Guy, May 21st, starring Ryan Reynolds.
You talked over me.
Same day.
No,
Spiral. What was that?
You said you're a sucker for Duck Hunt. I said I'm a sucker for Fuck Hunt.
Okay. Spiral. This is the soft reboot of the Saw franchise with Chris Rock at the helm. We saw a trailer for this, probably half a year ago. But coming out May 21st, again, supposedly. Week after that, Fast 9, F9 is how it was listed, May 28th. Everyone's really hoping that this summer 2021 movie schedule actually works out. Tom's face of disbelief is something to behold.
Right, whether it works out or not, your boys ain't going to the fucking movies.
That is correct, yes. But you know, just let the nation know, man. You know, be safe out there. For the record,
your boys ain't going. Your boys ain't going to the movies until they can give us personal pods.
All right, nation. We had a little technical difficulties. We're back. We were talking about Fast and the Furious 9. Tom was telling us how he absolutely loves those movies and is a big fan of Vincent Diesel.
They all should have won Oscars.
What was that?
They all should have won Oscars.
Yeah, exactly. Every Oscar. Which Oscar? All. Yes.
All of them.
That's coming out May 28th. June 11th, Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is supposed to be a return to form for the Ghostbusters franchise. Not to say I did not see the newer Ghostbusters movie. That's not a slam or anything like that. I haven't gotten around to see it. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Is it available on any streaming thing right now?
I don't know.
Me neither. So I did not look into it. But
no.
Oh no.
So next up,
Venom, Let There Be Carnage, 625.
Let there be carnage.
Yeah, right. I'm still not sold on Woody Harrelson being Cletus Cassidy. I'm going to be completely honest.
Did you not see Natural Born Killers? You could play a serial killer.
All right. Well, I still see the fucking kid from Cheers. That's it. What do you want me to do? I got nothing.
He's been in 800 things after that.
Yeah, after that. Okay, yeah, like Kingpin.
White Men Can't Jump.
Sure. The Hunger Games is movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. But he will also be starring as Cletus Cassidy in Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yep. Tom, stop this Tom Hardy sound effects, man. We're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get demonetized again.
You gotta be monetized to get demonetized.
Very true. You gotta make money to get it taken away. 625. That's that. For now, who knows? Top Gun Maverick 7/2. July 2nd. So 4th of July weekend.
Usually a big weekend for movies.
Usually a big weekend for movies. You're right. Yes, because everybody is at work, fully formed economy, and they actually have some time off. And it's not during a shutdown pandemic. Tom, are you excited to see Top Gun Maverick?
I am.
Okay.
I love Top Gun.
Okay. Hence why it's on the list. I've never seen.
It's one of my favorite 80s movies.
Okay.
We're going to have to change you never seeing it.
All right. That's okay. It's also a very homoerotic movie, but, you know, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, well, you're making it sound like there is.
I'm just telling you what I've heard. In a week's time, the MCU will return to theaters, and fingers crossed for your boys on Disney Plus with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and that is going to be coming out July 9th,
May we get real Mandarin?
I believe we're gonna get real Mandarin in this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very.
We did, in complete transparency, your boys did a little research. We looked up this gentleman's name who is going to be starring as Shang-Chi, and we both totally forgot it. So there you go.
I thought you wrote it down.
I did not, and I also don't even have IMDb open anymore. All right. July 16th, Uncharted. This dang video game movie has been in production since I think the first one came out for PlayStation 3. And fun.
I think it's also it's been in the works since the first pandemic.
Which first pandemic? The Spanish influenza?
No, the first wave.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. But fun fact, this movie was at one point going to star Mark Wahlberg as the lead Nathan Drake, but time has moved on, and now he's going to be playing the father role of Victor Sullivan. So there you go. So,
oh, he's playing Sully?
Yeah.
They really should have. They screwed the pooch. They should have gotten Bruce Campbell.
Should have just had Nick Offerman and just be fucking Ron.
That yeah. And you might as well just get Chris Pratt to play Nathan.
Yeah, oh shit. But you have another MCU star in the form of Tom Holland. He's going to be playing Nathan Drake. Obviously, going to be a younger slant to this whole Uncharted canon. Moving on the same day, moving on to the same exact day, July 16th, Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring LeBron James and Mr. Bugs Bunny, also be hitting HBO Max.
That's good. I don't gotta waste money to watch it.
It's true. Are you just doing a Bugs Bunny impression that I was talking over, Tom?
Yes.
Would you like to revisit that or no? Okay, cool.
If it comes through,
that's fine. So Space Jam hitting HBO Max July 16th, also hitting HBO Max.
You've seen the first Space Jam, right?
What was that?
You've seen the first Space Jam, right?
It's literally the only basketball game I've ever watched. Like I was saying,
White Man Can't Jump.
Never saw it.
Really?
Huh. That's why Woody Harrelson is fucking from Cheers and not from that movie. Because I never saw it.
From Cheers. You're not allowed to reference it.
What?
You don't even know his name from Cheers. You're not allowed to reference him.
Isn't it Woody?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, also hitting HBO Max on August 6th, The Suicide Squad. This is James Gunn's take on the titular anti-heroes, Harley Quinn, Polka Dot Man, Peacemaker, Bloodsport, Captain Boomerang, Alligator Joe. I don't know. Not Killer Croc. King Shark is in this one, so there you go. But yes, hitting HBO Max and addition to theaters. 8/27, Candyman. This is the Candyman reimagination, reboot, however you want to put it.
Done by Jordan Peele.
I think it's produced, directed though by Nia De La Costa, who's going to be doing, and I probably murdered her name. She's going to be directing Captain Marvel 2.
Okay.
Yes. So I know Tommy is a big. Tommy, what's your thoughts on the Candyman series?
I've seen the first one. I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Movie nobody really asked for. Well, September 3rd, my anniversary. So here we go. Jackass 4. Nobody asked for this. Already there's 2 stars in traction because they're fucking gotta be in their 50s.
Dude, the Jackass
paintballs to the dick.
Jackass movies are fun as hell.
Right. I'm really, what's funny? I'm surprised they didn't do like a Jackass New Generation. Probably because kids are smarter than that. They could just open up toys on YouTube now and not put their bodies in harm's way. But there's no reason these old men should be doing this shit.
I remember
they're our age. They're not old. Sorry.
I remember us going to see who's in traction from this movie. Knoxville.
I don't think not. I don't remember. It might be Knoxville.
Bam Margera. Please tell me Bam Margera. I remember us going to see the third one and in 3D, and I think the first bit is where they shoot a dildo.
I think you're right. Yes.
With an air cannon, and we're like, what the fuck?
I think you're right. Yes.
It was fun.
So yes, it looks like it was Knoxville and Steve-O were both hospitalized on the second day of filming. So Yikes! This movie ain't coming out, and really shouldn't come out. A movie that also might not come out this year is Dune, which right now is penciled for October 1st for theaters and HBO Max. The reason why I'm saying it might not come out this year is because I think Warner Brothers and the powers that be are seeing big things for this franchise, so they wanna push it. So yeah, I know. There's Tom's. There you go. So yeah, what are you gonna do? I never saw the first one, so I mean, I know it's not the first. It's the same story. I never read the book, so there you go.
Well, you don't read.
I don't read, exactly.
That doesn't mean shit to the nation.
That's true.
You never learned to read.
I never learned to read. So this movie got bumped. This movie was going to be, I think, in May or something like that, probably sooner. And big props. He was the announcer for the Rudies. Michael Morbius is having his titular movie, Morbius, hitting theaters October 8th by Sony Pictures. There he is.
Felicia!
Would they introduce Felicia Hardy in this, you think?
I need your plasma! What?
Do you think they would introduce Felicia in this movie, Felicia Hardy?
I don't want Felicia. I just want the hand suckers.
Oh God, you're not getting that.
I just want the hand suckers.
But being that we are in right now,
we can't have them suck people's blood because it's too scary. So we're gonna put these fucking suckers on his hands.
I don't think it was a scary thing. I think they just didn't want kids to be like, oh, you know what's cool? Just bite each other's neck on the playground. Because that's what you saw in your Spider-Man cartoon. I
used to do that shit before I saw that in my Spider-Man cartoon.
You are a child of the 80s. You're a different breed altogether. I am also a child. Well, I'm a little bit of a hybrid.
Yeah.
But we're in Rudetober right now of 2021, in case y'all didn't know. Halloween Kills. Tommy, quick, tell us what Halloween Kills is.
Is the continuation. This is part 2 to Halloween 2018. I guess Michael lives again. Like he.
I mean, can't. Yeah, there you go.
Fucking guy, man. He's dying. He's fucking like.
That's also a good subtitle for a Halloween movie. Michael Myers lives again.
Yeah,
like, I guess.
It's the same subtitle for like the fucking Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, Freddy's back, I guess.
Freddy's different because Freddy could show up in dreams.
That's true. So Halloween Kills, Michael Myers returns, Rudetober 15th. That's when that's hitting. November 5th, big day, big, huge day in the world. And the only thing that happens is the Eternals coming out that day.
You piece of shit.
I am, of course, referring to Tommy's birthday.
Damn right.
That is November 5th. So, ladies, gentlemen, get your gifts ready. Send it over to Tommy's villa over there. But the Eternals, here we go. Another movie that should have came out 2020, coming out November 5th. So if it still lines up, could be a good cash bash, return to form. I think get to see a movie, get to drink some drinks.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. The Eternals. We've been talking about this. Another movie we've been talking about coming out again, penciled in December 17th. Spider-Man 3, the second one. This is the Tom Holland one. A lot of casting rumors, like we discussed last episode in one of our big blitzes. This one appears, if set design and pictures are to be believed, this is going to be like a holiday-themed movie. Take place during the Christmas time. So I'm always a fan of that. This could be my new favorite Christmas movie. Who knows? And wrapping up the year, Matrix 4 coming out in theaters and HBO Max, December 22nd. Okay, cool. I guess.
Yeah, you could have stopped with the first one.
Right.
The world would have been a better place.
Yeah, I can agree to that. That's for sure.
Moving along.
Yeah, so that was it for movies. Moving on to TV.
TV?
Yes.
We got American Gods season 3.
Yep, already started. I know you're a fan of American Gods, Tommy. I don't know if you're a weekly watcher or you like to binge it when it's all out.
I watched the first season nothing like the book that I
Okay.
love, hold dear to me.
Okay.
There's real
for
honestly,
worse?
huh?
Sorry, was that for worse?
Wasn't for me.
Okay.
Really, no reason for a single book to be a 3-season show.
Sure. Or 3+. I don't know if this is even going to be the last one.
Right, as of right now, 3 seasons.
Yeah, I got you.
No reason for it.
Right.
Like, kind of like, why?
I got you.
It's a cash grab. That's all it is.
Okay. Fair.
Tommy Cash knows about cash grabs.
That's true. As a thrifty individual, he loves to grab his cash.
I like to grab the cheap seltzer, so I have more cash to grab.
Nice.
Next up is WandaVision, which we talked about on RudeBoyz Reacts.
Absolutely.
Episode 3 will be hitting January 22nd of 2021.
Yeah,
and
that checks out.
And you can catch a new RudeBoyz Reacts that weekend.
I like it. Where can they catch these RudeBoyz Reacts, Tommy?
On YouTube. Chris, what is that YouTube site?
That YouTube site is bit.ly/RudeBoyz RudeTube. That is all lowercase.
Yeah, I will never remember that.
That's perfectly fine. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Next up is Falcon Winter Soldier. Comes out March 19th, which is, we said, what, a couple of weeks? Like a week or two?
Like 1 or 2 weeks after WandaVision wraps. So we're getting right into MCU hot and heavy. And like we said, watch our reacts to see how we reacted to WandaVision and really as the MCU studio, Marvel Studios, MCU TV shows as a whole.
Yeah. Then we have Loki may come out in May.
Right. Loki may come out in May. Very good.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Instead. What If is a possibility of coming out this year.
Yep. That's the animated Marvel Studios alternate take on things that happen in the movies.
Yep. Hawkeye
penciled in for this year.
I mean, I know they're filming because, like, I've seen, like, you know, set pictures.
Sure. Yeah.
Filming and such. Ms. Marvel, another question mark.
Yep. You don't have a definite.
But what is definite? Some Star Wars shit.
Well, yeah. Hopefully. Again, subject to change.
Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch, which seems to be a continuation of the animated The Clone Wars. The Bad Batch was introduced in the final season. And that final season was nominated for 2020 Rudy Returning TV Show of the Year.
Yeah, definitely looking out for that one.
Yep.
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. We don't know what it's about. We know that is that going to be what the third season of The Mandalorian? Is that just going to be a standalone Boba Fett thing? It's coming in December.
It's him sitting in Jabba's palace reading to Ming-Na Wen.
Okay, cool. I might skip that.
I won't.
Okay.
Dark Side of the Ring coming back.
Yep, third season. And I don't know if you saw this news, Tommy, but they got Steve Austin to do some interviews because the premiere episode for season 3 is going to be all about Brian Pillman.
Very cool.
Yep. So they got the episode on Brian Pillman. They got an episode on Nick Gage, who's like a CGW star who was arrested for robbery or some shit like that. Jake Roberts' dad, who fucked him up real bad, which kind of was like the source of all his issues, and his siblings as well. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Brian Pillman documentary?
No, I have not.
I'll bring it by.
All right, cool.
Moving along, finishing up TV is Mayim MC.
Yep, it's gonna be I think the third season of that.
Yes, and from what I've heard is Kurt Sutter is actually stepping back.
Okay. Is he the star?
Huh? No, he's the creator of like Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay.
I'd say what character he is, but I know you've never seen an episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Correct. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Fucking scoundrel, piece of fucking shit. Fuck.
You know what's funny is when I ask you if you've seen something and you say no, I try to educate you. and then
No.
when I say no, you yell at me, you curse at me, you make me feel like bad, like a bad person for not seeing this thing. And now you're gonna say,
because you were just like, no, I don't give a shit. So you know what? It's warranted, my friend.
That's fair. See, rude boy, that's what I'm all about.
It's warranted. But
so
yeah,
he's taking a step back, get hands-on approach, hands-off approach, really.
Yeah, because like because I know he works very closely. He's like the two other guys he works with are minorities, so he's like, this is their story to tell. So he's like, I want them to run the show, and if they need me for anything, they know they have my phone number.
Sure. Okay.
So, pretty cool. Moving along to wrestling.
Hype Train 2021. What do we got?
I have some fucking fans.
Yeah, that'd be cool, right? I mean, obviously.
I mean, WrestleMania.
WrestleMania may get some fans. Obviously, AEW has been rolling with a small group of fans. NXT has been rolling with a very small group of fans. Yeah. It's not the same, though. Obviously, we want everyone to be safe. We want this world to be perfect. We want everyone to be safe. However, there is just not something that has gotten a hit so much during this pandemic that is trying to chug along than professional sports, and really more in particular wrestling, because of the performance arts aspect of it. You need that crowd there to kind of react to what you're seeing in the ring, and getting fucking piped in sound effects circa Raw vs. SmackDown 2007 isn't the same. The Rumble's going to be weird, so just warning ahead of time, nation.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, so some miscellaneous 2021 hype stuff, Tommy. Foo Fighters album's coming out, right, this year?
Yeah, February 5th, 2021.
All right, nice. Come nice and soon, a couple weeks.
And they've been dropping songs on the what do you call it? On the kids call it the YouTube.
The internet. Oh yeah, the YouTubes. The YouTubes there.
Back to YouTube.
So Foo Fighters coming back. What album number is this? It's gotta be 6.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah, they're up there. They're not Metallica there.
Right. No, they're not Metallica. Once you get a RudeBoyz dedicated episode of the PowerHour, then you made it. So
we probably do one for the Foo Fighters.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll give that to them at some time, or whatever. Whatever. Anything else for the hype? You want to? We're in the station right now.
Yeah.
Before we do the release valve for the coal or whatever it is, the steam. I don't know. I'm all out of train analogies.
How about getting this fucking vaccine shit show?
That would be great.
So you don't have to fucking sit here and wear fucking mask, and we can have fun with our friends. And
exactly. Yes.
Not worry about every time you get the fucking sniffles.
Exactly. Yes. So.
Yeah. Fucking enough.
That's probably the thing I'm looking forward towards the most is the fucking vaccine. Same. That and Pokemon Snap. Neck and neck. No, I'm kidding. The vaccine, please give me the vaccine. Nation, get vaccinated. You know what? If not for you, for somebody else. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have plans this year.
Yeah, I think people would love to have plans. So.
Well, I'm talking about you.
Well, yes. Yes.
So,
yeah.
I don't give a shit about everyone else. I care about my friends.
Same, Tommy. Yeah. And I care about the nation. And you know what, nation? On that note, the train has stopped. It's pulled in the station. Thomas the Tank. I don't know. Thank you for joining us on the Hype Train episode. We hope that it's not a botch fest as 2020 was.
Oh, it's going.
I hope not, man. I really hope. I don't know if honestly, then the fucking 2022 hype episode is going to be fucking 3 hours long because all the shit that hasn't came out the previous 2 years. But still a lot to look forward to this year, regardless of if this stuff actually does come out. There'll still be stuff out there. The world does need to keep on spinning, and we need to have something to look forward to. Hold on to hope. You know what? Rebellions have built on less. What
the world needs now. Yeah, that's about it. That's all you're
Okay.
getting.
You can find gems like that all day, every day on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. You can find us on RudeBoyz469 on those platforms of your choice. Give us a like, a follow, hit us up in the DMs, do whatever you want to do whatever you need to do. But what y'all need to do is head over to our YouTube page.
We have a YouTube?
Yes, we do, Tommy, because we just launched our a new season of RudeBoyz Reacts, all for WandaVision, and we got one up for the first 2 episodes, and there'll be a third one coming out in a few short days, as per posting. You can find our YouTube at bit.ly/RudeBoyzRudeTube. That's all lowercase. And yeah, give us a like, hit the subscribe. Tommy, say the thing.
Hit that bell.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But you say it like, hit that bell.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was too busy. I was too busy mocking you.
That's all good. What else? That's the relationship we got, built on mockery. But yeah, let us know what you think, and we're digging on WandaVision, man. So you want to hear our thoughts? There you go. But our podcast is, in addition to being on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, and all those other things where you can find podcasts. We are located in the Podbean network. You can find us at rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Get hype and flick the bean.
If you want to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
If you want to hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, you can get me at Tommy_Cash. That's Cash with a K, 80.
Yes. And that'll do it for this nation episode, Rude episode. That'll do it for this episode, Rude Nation. Tommy, what's on the docket for next time?
We are going to be talking about Mario Kart.
I love that. I really do. I've dusted off some old Mario Karts, so hopefully we'll get some gaming in. Hopefully you boys will be in one good shape, one good place, and we'll play some Mario Kart and a little bit of a Mario Kart retrospective.
Yeah.
I dig that episode. But that's it for this episode, Nation. Thank you so much. Be safe out there. Get hyped. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.